Optimism is not a magical tool, but a force to create the future that you always dreamed of. You find people who, yeah, optimism is a tool straight from the physical, three-dimensional recesses of the way that you see your life and the way that you see your future. This whole law of attraction thing has gotten way out of hand. People believe now that your thoughts can somehow... Let me tell you guys how the law of attraction works from an optimism perspective or point of view. Optimism doesn't create anything. You're not like God. You're not like snapping fingers and things into existence. You're not speaking anything into existence when you choose to be an optimist. You're embracing the fact that your future can be better than your past. And you're embracing that if you try your best, you can do anything you want. You're embracing that the possibility of failure is less than the possibility of success if you try your best. With optimism, you can create any life you want. I mean, be realistic. But what is realistic really? If you look at people like Dan Bilzerian, who have created amazing, crazy-ass lives. We look at people like Jeff Bezos, who created an entire empire based on other people's effort. We look at Mark Cuban, who hit the jackpot with the lucky idea that he sold to Yahoo.com at the time for $1 billion and became an overnight billionaire. And now somehow he's respected as like a great mind in business because he has $1 billion. I'm not talking shit about Mark Cuban because I got lucky too in business. But I don't think that Mark Cuban is the icon business person just because he has a couple $1 billion. I want to become like a master of everything business related, a master of all crafts that we require to build a business. So that when I'm 90, and when I'm getting ready to die, when I'm like 90, you know, if tobacco doesn't kill me before then, I'll probably live to be like 90. You know, that's my prediction. I live as if I'm going to live to be 90. You know, don't be fooled by people who have a lot of money to think that they know what the fuck they're even doing. Because many people are born with talent. Many people, just like some people are born fat, some people are fat, big boned, some people are skinny and small boned. Some people are tall, some people are short. Some people have this inherent ability to create wealth at a massive level, and some people don't. Optimism is helpful when you're deciding your future, when you can place that belief in yourself, when you have that belief in yourself that you could do anything you want if you're willing to work hard enough for it. And you're willing to go down the journey, and when that idea of like how you want to spend your life, when that notion occurs to you and you seize the opportunity, just like how we we don't normally elect politicians that don't have some sort of history in dealing with people. If you have like a dream to become like a governor or a president, probably you're not going to get there by sitting on the couch, you know. But the optimism and thinking hard about your future and imagining how great it would be, oftentimes it's a nonchalant kind of thing. Me becoming a billionaire was like a nonchalant kind of thing. I never, first of all, I never thought that I would be a billionaire. Second of all, I could only imagine like the crazy shit that billionaires go through in order to be billionaires. And I wasn't quite sure if I was ready to do all that shit. Becoming rich is a game of what makes you entitled to more money than me? What makes you entitled to make more money than me, to work harder than me, and to, why should that even be an option for a guy like me? I was like a class clown in high school. I was a borderline, like almost dropped out of high school. I got my diploma and I'm very proud of that. A lot of the people that I went to school with, now I have to answer to them and explain to them, like, it was really all for the money. It was really all for the money. And please don't fuck my bitch, you know. It's like, I could have a lot of crazy shit going in my life. At the end of the day, you know, it's really just a pull to make money in my career. I didn't give a fuck about no fucking education. I learned my ABCs and my 1, 2, 3s. I took a business class. I aced a business class. I aced an accounting class. I did good in life skills. I had my preferences for what I thought was interesting. I didn't really care about history too much. Didn't care about math too much. I learned my vocabulary, my English, my study of the English language, I learned by watching YouTube videos. There's not much to it. I think a lot of people jam their brain full of a bunch of useless shit that doesn't really get them anywhere in their life. Doesn't have utility. Most of the shit that people study in high school doesn't even have utility in the real world. I learned how to treat certain people. Like if I see a black man, I kind of keep my head down and just kind of like pay respect, because black African American people 500 years ago were the original employees of this country. They were called slaves. And now it's like, I can never look back at the people that I went to school with and say like, oh, you're a fucking loser because you work a job and I'm the big shot entrepreneur. It's like I'm walking on eggshells everywhere I fucking go, trying not to be a fucking dick, but oddly enough, I'm the one that emerged after high school as the richest person to come from that school. You know, undoubtedly probably will go down as a top 100 businessman of all time. But it doesn't matter where you come from. All that matters is if your heart is in the right place. And the fact is no one ever told me to shut up. So if it was really a problem, me being a class clown, someone should have told me to shut up. And no one did, so I never shut up. So that's your problem now. I did good in elementary school. I kind of put my mind in a different place in the 7th grade. I kind of put my mind in a different place back then because I saw like people getting out of college and they were just kind of burnt out. they needed like a good like 5-year vacation after college just to like reset their batteries and reset their brain. They, I noticed like doctors, I would look at doctors and I would say like these people look like they work really hard. You know, they study for 12 years in college and they emerge after college with like no adrenaline left. They've got like none of that vital spark within them to achieve things in their life. So lucky for them, they chose a high-paying profession to pay off all those student loans and to do something meaningful, but they've got no fucking energy. Me, I don't even drink coffee, and I do drink coffee like sometimes. I'm trying to quit all my vices. Like I drink like energy drinks, you know. You'd probably like, I drink coffee today, but usually I don't drink coffee because I don't need anything messing with my internal ecosystem. Is any foreign, like outside factors like chemicals or whether it's natural or man-made chemicals, I don't want to put that shit in my body. Coffee is habit forming, and just today I found like the vital spark within me to just drop all my habits. Right now, you know, I could go the rest of my life without a cigarette, you know. I could go the rest of my life without a cup of coffee. I could live without my vape. I don't need alcohol. I don't need anything to make me happy because what I've accomplished in my life so far makes me so happy that has made me so happy that I'm high all the time just on my own success. And if I was an outsider looking in on my life, I'd probably think the same thing. Like, oh, I bet that guy, you know, never amounted to anything, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's where you're wrong, because today I became a billionaire. And fuck you haters, if you're with me, you're with me. If you don't like me, that's your problem.